Hello everyone, Denise here. Today we are going to finish up the Spiffy Nifty hooded hat. We're going to do the edging and we're going to make some tassels. So let's get started. Okay, so we left off with our row 5 of the pattern and we left off over here. I was running out of yarn, so I went ahead and I detached the yarn because the yarn I'm joining is a different color and I figured I might as well start with a new color from the beginning. So since we're going to do reverse single crochet and some of you don't know it, I will go a little slower, and that's why I wanted to do a second video, because I figured I should take the time to demonstrate this properly so that you can understand it and finish your hat off if you want to finish it the way I did in my pattern. So I'm using the 9mm M/N hook, and that's the same hook that we used in the previous video for the entire hat. So reverse single crochet, if you didn't cut your yarn, if you didn't run out of yarn, that's fine. Just go ahead and continue with your yarn. I'm just reattaching new yarn, and I'm going to chain one up. So reverse single crochet, generally we crochet like this. We'll crochet this way and go along on our rows or rounds working left. With reverse single crochet, we're going to go right. Now, some people may just want to do regular single crochet all the way around their head, and that's fine. You can finish your head off any way you want. But the way I wrote it in the pattern, I did it this way because it works really well with this yarn, being that it's super bulky. It really gives the stitch a pop. So I thought I would go ahead and show you how to do it. So we're going to work in the next stitch right here behind the one that we're in. So this it will feel weird to begin with, but you'll get the hang of it. It's not too hard. So I put my finger here to hold my yarn until I get a rhythm going. But I do this so that the yarn does not slide off the top. So we put our hook in to our previous stitch, and then we're going to wrap over to get that yarn like we normally would with a single crochet. And I give some leeway with the yarn up here, and I sort of turn a little bit, and then I finish off the single crochet. And that is all it is. That is it. So let's do it again. I'm going to hold my yarn here a little bit, put my hook into the next stitch, grab the yarn, re-grab my work so that I don't get it fumbled up here, and then pull through both. See how it's kind of putting a knot there? Okay, into the next one. Grab our yarn and pull through both. And that's just a single crochet in reverse. Holding my yarn, going into the stitch, and I'm going to kind of turn it and then grab the yarn and pull back through. Then I take my hand and I grab this work up here to bring it out of the way, pull it a little bit, and then pull through both. It's a pretty cool effect. I like the way it looks. First time I learned this stitch, I was edging a sweater and I thought it just was beautiful. I loved it. I'm into the braiding look and a ropey look. I like it. I think it works well with this hat too. So we just go in to the previous stitch, and that's why it's called reverse, because we are reversing our work. And like I said, if you have a different favorite stitch and you want to finish off with a different edging, go ahead. I just thought this edging worked well with the hat design, and when I designed this hat, it was with this exact yarn. So whoops. So I liked the marled look with the stitch. I thought it looked pretty cool. I actually love this yarn a lot because I like thicker yarn because it makes for a quicker project. Okay, so I'm going to finish I'm going to go all the way to the other side, and then I'm going to show you what we need to do once we get to the other corner. Okay, so this is 6 inches long. It's a couple inches wide. And in my pattern, I tell you just to lay the yarn across whatever you're using and then go ahead and wrap it 20 times is what I did. You can do yours as many times as you want. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm going to cut it down here at the end. Going to lay it there, and then I'm going to cut a length of yarn that's about 10 inches. I'm actually going to cut 2 of those. The first one is going to be for the top where we get it secured. So I take the yarn and I put it behind all of what we just wrapped, and I bring it up to the top and I tie it. Tie it in a knot as tight as you can get it. The tighter the better. Like I said, if you want to do pom-poms here, you sure can, or nothing, or whatever you want. Now I'm going to slide this off of the cardboard, and then I am going to lay it down, and the other piece of yarn I'm going to put underneath of it, just like that, and then I'm going to tie it about an inch or so, inch and a half from the top. See how that makes this tassel top? And then if you want, you can wrap the yarn around as many times as you like, and then tie it again. And then when my yarn is too short, like it is right now, I get a smaller hook and I'll stick it up in here to grab that piece to hide it in the middle of the tassel, so it's not sticking out all boingy when you're wearing your hat. Okay, and then I could use my little scissors and cut the yarn at the bottom, but it is much easier if you use scissors that are just a little bit longer. So I take the tassel and I try to put my finger in where all the loops are to kind of separate it. So I'm cutting as many loops at once as I can. That's okay. So then I put my thumb in here like this, and then I hold it like this so that I'm not going to snip by my fingers, because my self-preservation tells me not to do that. So I put a loop here, and then I go ahead and I just cut. And if you like very trimmed trimmed tassels, then you can go ahead and you can cut the bottom however you'd like. If you want it very tailored, I guess would be the word, then go ahead and tailor it up. I like the craziness to it, as long as there's not too much extra going on at the bottom. So I'm going to leave it just like that. Now that's how you do the tassels. I did one for each side of the hat, and then I did one for the very back of the hat, back here. Your choice, however you want to do yours. I'm going to do 2 more tassels, and then I will meet up with you in just a minute. Okay, so I have my 3 tassels done. One of my tassels is dark, and the other 2 are light. So the 2 light ones I'm going to put on each side towards the front, and this darker one I'm going to put on the back. So I wanted to show you how I do this. I take a smaller crochet hook. This is a 5.0 mm, and I put it in the hole of the hat where we began, and then I pull the yarn through that way. That's the easiest way to do it. Come in on the other side, and then I will take my needle and I will thread it, and then I go into a couple of loops of yarn, and then I'm going to tie it to secure that tassel on the back of my hat. And then I am going to weave in the ends, and then I am going to attach the other two tassels to the corners. I just pick some parts of the yarn that will not show through on the other side, just sort of wiggle it in here and there, and I pass it through a few times just to make sure that if it does pop out and it needs to be snipped off, that it's not going to snip anything important that will unravel anything. So I'm going to weave in my other end, and I will show you what I do to the corner tassels. Okay, so the back tassel is attached. I'm going to move on to the corner ones. And instead of using a crochet hook this time, I just use my needle. I thread it, and then I'll go in a corner here and poke in the yarn behind. Because whatever we're weaving in, we'd prefer it not to show on the outside of the hat. Go ahead and weave that one in to the needle, pick up some fabric there, and then tie it. Nice and tight. This one might get yanked on, so I'm going to go in my loop that I had started with when I was doing my tassel. Going to go into the very corner of the hat so that our tassel is going to hang right off the corner. Go ahead and tie it again. Anyway, and then I just weave in the ends like I normally would. And I'm going to finish the other side, and I'll meet up with you once I get that done. I'm going to actually show you what I do on this corner. This is the corner that we have two of the reverse single crochets on. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go through both of those so that it comes to a point like the other side. And this is a string from the tassel, just so that you can see where I'm attaching it and how I'm doing that corner, because I want it to look like the other side. And the other side I came to a point at, if you can see that. So I wanted this side to come to a point as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and weave in the ends now, and I'll be right back. So this is our finished hat with the tassels on it. And this yarn that I used is the Wool Ease Thick and Quick stripes, and the colorway is Moonlight, just in case you want to make one in that same colorway. This reverse single crochet is beautiful edging. I'll show you the purple one that I had made, and the edging really shows up on it. Really like that rope look to it, braided rope look. Very cool Spiffy Nifty hooded hat. And don't forget to go over to my other video where I show you how to make the base part of the hat, and leave a comment in that video, not this video, of what kind of content you'd like to see in the future, and I will get those sent out to you after picking a winner from the comments. So thank you for watching my video, guys. I totally appreciate it. If you like my content, go ahead and subscribe and like the videos, and hit that bell if you want to see notifications of further videos that I upload. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you have fun making your hat too, and until next time, bye.